Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for staying with us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. Global maternal mortality rates dropped by about 44% from 1990 to 2015. That's according to the World Health Organization. And WHO and UNICEF jointly reported that those who received antenatal care between 1990 and 2004 rose by 20%. But sub-Saharan Africa had the smallest increase of 4%. The goal is to drop the maternal mortality ratio to less than 70 per 100,000 live births by 2030. Experts say care and information during pregnancy could reduce the number of deaths during childbirth. My guest is a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Ikeja, Dr. Joy Agbara. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, a lot of women say they're strong, they're healthy. Pregnancy is not an illness after all. So why do I need to be visiting the hospital? I had my last baby at home. What do you have to say to such people? Why should they visit?
Yes, thank you very much. Pregnancy truly is a physiologic process, of getting pregnant and bringing forth, giving birth. But again, that physiologic process could be saddled with a lot of problems, which, if not identified, can result in both the death of the baby and the mother. And so there is the need to visit the hospital, because a woman can start out pregnant very healthy, but there are some, illnesses or challenges that could occur, as a result of pregnancy itself.
So the pregnancy brings up the illnesses,
yes,
so to speak.
To this healthy woman, which could be a challenge to her health and may even result into the death of the mother or the child.
Let's say a woman comes for an antenatal visit.
Okay.
What do you look out for? What are you examining her for, maybe the first visit?
Yes, the first visit really is a time, we call it first contact. It's supposed to be an interaction center, contact, where you meet the woman, the pregnant woman. First, you want to know when she saw her period last, so that you'll be able to, establish the age of the pregnancy. You also want to know if this was her first attempt at pregnancy or she's had children before, because the problems of pregnancy also are related, to the parity of the woman, meaning how many pregnancies
she has had.
Yes, that she's had. Then what has she done? You want to know about her nutritional status, you understand, and then the drugs that she's been taking. Then you want to examine the woman, because you should be able to identify these risk factors that are like red flags, to a woman who is going to have whether a free or a troubled pregnancy. And so the first contact is usually very important. Establish the age of the pregnancy, determine her risk factors in that pregnancy, and then, institute prevention for those ones that can be prevented, and then treat the identified problems in the course of the pregnancy.
It looks as if every first pregnancy is labeled high risk. Is that true?
Well, yes, because there are some problems of pregnancy, including preeclampsia, which is elevated blood pressure, associated with proteinuria, that can result in seizure and can even result in death of both the mother and the child.
So are you saying that on the first visit, you can't be sure whether those things will happen to her or not?
Yes, well, we call them risk factors.
Okay. Studies
over time have shown that those who are getting pregnant for the first time and carrying it to the age of viability are at risk, of having this problem. The age of the woman at first pregnancy is also there. And that is why when they come, you want to measure their body mass index, because obesity is a problem. You want to check their blood pressure. You want to test their urine. Those are guides, to be able to help you pick this woman early. If she's coming for the first time, the blood pressure is normal. We know it's a continuous process. So you could meet a woman for the first time and everything is normal. And as the pregnancy progresses, some of these problems may begin to show up. And then there's another class of women who, even before pregnancy, already have these issues. They were diabetic, they were hypertensive, they had cardiac disease, they were sickle cell disease patients. You know, the challenge of pregnancy further puts them at increased risk of the problems of pregnancy. You know, so your contact with them, you're able to separate the ones that are high risk, low risk, you understand? But every pregnancy is actually a risk. So you're on the lookout for those trigger signs that will say, okay, this woman needs more visits. This other woman may just need to be seen, you know, at regular intervals and management instituted.
Okay, we know pregnancy is not an illness.
No, it's not.
But it's beginning to sound like maybe there's a foreign body or something. What is it about pregnancy that makes the woman so in need of care? Is it an added strain? Is it like a foreign body? How is, you know, just try and get across to us, how is a woman's body treating that child that makes it so important for her to just be taken care of with such attention?
Now, physiologically, self wants to protect self. Now, in pregnancy, this woman's egg, you know, was fertilized by a male sperm to form this child that is supposed to be, in quote, a foreign body in her body. But the physiology of pregnancy is adjusted such that the woman does not begin to fight this, you know, foreign body as it were, because that is the default. So in pregnancy, the baby, you know, is protected, you know, and the body doesn't see herself. That is what it should be, but it may not happen like that in every pregnancy. So the baby itself, you know, is initiated, like a parasite. This is another human growing, making demands on this woman. The baby needs to grow, it needs oxygen, it needs blood, it needs nutrients, everything. And
the mother has to supply all that.
The mother has to supply, whether the mother has enough or not. This baby has to grow. But if it gets to a point where the supply, you know, does not meet the demand, then it begins to tell on the baby also, apart from the mother. So the baby there, host-parasite relationship, but it's a very good one, you know, something you're welcome, but, you know, the demands may be more than the woman can supply, and then it becomes a problem.